It's supernatural that God didn't say, you know what, if it's healing in your body now, I'm going to need 10 people. Okay. I'm going to need 10 people that you come into agreement with. And here's the beautiful thing about God. If he said I needed 10 people for you to have healing in your body, that still ain't a bad deal. I'd be gathering up my 10 people trying to get this healing. But he said, you don't even got to work that hard. That means he can't wait. He can't wait to release his math on you because all you got to do is find one other person to come into agreement with. And whatever you're dealing with has to disappear. Listen, it is with that revelation, okay, that God's math was birthed. And I said to my own self, okay, I got to thinking about that math. And I said to my own self, God, your math, it disrupts. It breaks the rules. It's mind boggling. It's supernatural. It is with that revelation when I really started to think about, okay, somebody dealing with cancer, somebody dealing with a husband that they're believing God is going to return home, somebody dealing with their teenage son who's feeling like the prodigal son, and you need him to come to himself and be rejuvenated with the love of God and come back into the kingdom. Somebody dealing with being pregnant and the doctor's telling them that something is wrong with their baby. You telling me all I got to do is find another person? And whatever demonic assignment is on my life has to disappear? Not only that, one can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 to flight. That means even with what you're praying with and asking God with, and you add one other person, times 10, those things disappear. Times 10 is the miraculous favor that is released on just two of you coming together and believing God for something. And so that is when God's math was birthed. When I started looking back on my life and I saw myself standing in that empty room, bankrupt and without a thought of what I was going to do to start a business. And you fast forward to 2 years later, I'm working in my business full time. And what I used to make in a year, I'm making in a month. That was God's math in my life. How is that possible, Tiffany? How is that possible that a college dropout, okay, that still can't spell all that well, is running a multi-million-dollar business? It disrupts. It breaks the rules. It's mind-boggling. It's supernatural. How is it a girl that couldn't figure out third grade math, because that's all that's really required to balance your checkbooks and make sure that you're not spending more than you're making? How is it that person has her own nanny and her oldest daughter has her own teacher? How is this? And you're paying for your son to go to college cash? It disrupts. It breaks the rules. It's mind-boggling. It's supernatural, because the very first thing I did when I started my business is I hired my very first hire, a beautiful woman, a guy named Tristan Skiles. We came into agreement that this business was going to be great, that we were going to be leaving our full-time jobs, and we were going to build the best thing that me and her could build together. And that agreement and that partnership, even though myself, I wasn't reading Deuteronomy 32:30, I didn't even know what I was activating. That's the benefit of the promises of God, that even when you don't even know you're doing it, as long as you're following the principles, it's activated in your life. So now imagine, now you can be intentional about it. Whatever you are going through, I'm telling you, you find the first person that you're the Holy Spirit in you yanks to the Holy Spirit in them, just like it did with when Jesus was in his mother's womb and he got yanked to John the Baptist and their spirits linked up. You find somebody that your spirit links up when you're with them, and you start believing God for the things that you're believing God for in your life and what they're believing God for in their life, and watch things disappear. Watch poverty disappear. Watch illnesses disappear. Watch the demonic assignment that you can never be married disappear. Watch things disappear that have been nipping at your heels for years, because by yourself you were chasing it and it was turning around and chasing you back. That's God's math.